Is your 6 month sales cycle absolutely killing your momentum? You know that feeling. The deal feels like a lock. The demo was perfect. Your champion is raving about you. And then radio silence. The whole thing gets sucked into the black hole of internal reviews, and suddenly weeks have turned into months. What if I told you the top sales performers out there are closing massive, complex deals in just 6 weeks? They're doing it by breaking one simple conventional rule that most of the sales industry still treats as gospel. And no, this isn't about new closing trick or a fancy piece of software. It's a fundamental shift in strategy. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact 4-step framework they use to sidestep the bureaucracy, get all the key players on the same page, and take back control of the timeline. This is how you shrink your sales cycle by 75% or more. So let's get into it. Who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name is Tony Koenig. I'm the owner of Koenig Digital and the founder of the Scaling Founder. And for the last 20 years, I've been working with B2B companies, shortening their sales cycles and automating their processes, helping them make more money more effectively. So here, let's talk about the conventional rule that's killing your deals. For decades, we all have been taught the golden rules of sales is find the decision maker. Find that one champion, that one powerful person inside the company, win them over, and they'll carry your deal across the finish line. We spend so much time trying to find them, get into their calendar, and make them our internal advocate. But here's the hard truth. In today's market, that rule is the single biggest reason your deals are stalling. In the modern B2B world, especially with big enterprise deals, there is no single decision maker anymore. The throne is empty. In its place, you've got a committee. Recent data shows the average B2B buying group now involves 10 to 11 different stakeholders. For bigger deals, that can easily swell to over 15 people. You're not selling to a person, you're selling to an iceberg. Your main contact, your champion, is just the tip. Underneath the water, unseen, are all the people who have the power to kill your deal without you ever knowing it. You've got finance grilling the ROI. You've got IT poking holes in security and integration. You have legal ready to pick your contract apart. And then you have the end users who can sabotage everything if they think your solution will make their jobs harder. It's one of the biggest problems in SaaS today is that the buy-in of everybody and the sales staff. If you don't get this, your system will not work well. Again, so when you bet your entire deal on one champion, you are setting yourself up to fail. That person could leave the company, lose influence, or just get overruled by the committee. Relying on one contact is trying to cross the ocean, on a pool float. It's slow, it's risky, and one rough wave will sink you. Deals today don't die because the product is bad. They die in committee, strangled by red tape and a lack of consensus. The old rules create this problem. The new framework solves it. So let's have a look at the secret framework, the Stakeholder Unity method. To shrink your sales cycle from 6 months to 6 weeks, you have to stop chasing a single champion and start building a coalition. The goal isn't to find the decision maker, it's to unite the decision makers. I call this the Stakeholder Unity Framework. It's a straightforward approach to get the entire buying committee aligned and moving in the same direction right from the start. It breaks down into four steps. Four steps. One, identify the entire buying committee, not just the champion. First things first, you have to map the entire battlefield. This goes way beyond asking the classic weak question, is there anyone we should include? Half the time, your contact either doesn't know or doesn't want to show their cards. You need to be a strategist for them. Start by asking questions that uncover the process, not just the people. Try something like, when you rolled out a project like this before, who from finance usually needs to sign off on the budget? Who from IT typically gets involved to vet the technical side? Your goal is to identify the key archetypes that show up in almost every big deal. The financial scrutinizer, your CFO, finance, they only care about the numbers, total cost, ROI, and budget cycles. The technical gatekeeper, the CIO, IT security, their world is risk, compliance, data security, and how you plug into their existing systems. The end user advocate, that's the department head, the team lead. They just need to know it will actually solve their team's problems or create new headaches. That's the only thing they need to distinguish. The legal and procurement officer, they live in a world of contract terms, liability, and navigating the company's purchasing maze. And then the executive sponsor, the VP or the C-suite, this person connects your solution to a big picture company goal. They need to see the strategic vision. So you work with your main contact to build this map. Frame it as helping them build a much stronger case internally. So when you do this, stop being a vendor, start trying to sell something and become a partner, helping them navigate their own company. And your step 2 is the multi-thread communication. Once you have your map, it is time to break another old rule. Never go around your champion. The new rule is to engage everyone respectfully and all at once. This is called multi-threading, and it's non-negotiable if you want to a fast sales cycle. In fact, strategically engaging with multiple decision makers dramatically increases your odds of winning a deal. Multi-threading gets rid of that single point of failure. If your champion goes on vacation or leaves the company, your deal doesn't die. The conversation keeps going with everyone else. Here's how to do it right. After your first discovery call, where you've mapped out the committee, ask for a short 30-minute group alignment call. You can say something like, to make sure we respect everyone's time and get all the key questions answered up front, could we schedule a brief call with you, someone from finance, and the right person from IT? This will help us build a business case that works for everyone. From that moment on, all your communication is threaded. When you send a follow-up email, you copy the relevant people. But you don't send generic updates. You tailor it. The ROI analysis goes to the finance person. The security compliance docs goes to the IT lead. A user case study goes to the department head. You're running several conversations in parallel, all leading to the same finish line. So if you're already seeing how this can collapse your timeline and put you back in control, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We drop actionable guides just like this every week to help you close bigger deals faster. Then step 3 is build a unified business case, not a product pitch. Look, we salespeople love to pitch our products. We get excited about the features and the benefits, and that's a huge mistake here. The buying committee doesn't care about your product's pitch. They care about their problems. A long sales cycle is basically just a series of meetings where different people try to figure out if your pitch solves their specific issue. You can cut all of that out by building a unified business case for them. This means you stop selling one value proposition and start communicating a portfolio of value, each piece tailored for a specific person, but all wrapped in one cohesive story. Yeah. For the financial scrutinizer, the business case is all hard numbers. Give them a clear breakdown of the price, the expected ROI, and the break even point. For the technical gatekeeper, it's about security and stability. You proactively hand over your documentation or data encryption, compliance certificates, and a clear integration plan. For the end user advocate, it's about making their life easier. Share testimonials and case studies from people in similar roles, or do a quick custom demo showing how the streamlines the sales workflow. And then for the executive sponsor, it's all about strategy. You connect the dots between your solution and their top level company goals, like gaining market share or boosting customer retention. You're basically arming each person with the exact ammunition they need to say yes and to defend that yes internally. You're not selling anymore, you're helping them build the consensus they need to buy. And then step number 4, proactively de-risk the decision. So what does that mean? What's the number one thing that kills momentum in a long sales cycle? Fear. The fear of making the wrong choice. The fear of nightmare implementation. The fear of hidden costs. Top performers don't wait for these fears to pop up as last minute objections. They get out ahead of them and de-risk the entire decision from the start. Instead of waiting for legal to send back a contract covered in red ink, you can say, we work with legal and procurement teams all the time. To help speed things up, can I share our standard agreement and a quick summary of the key terms your team will likely want to look at? You're showing them you're an experienced partner, not a risky vendor. The most powerful tool for this is a mutual action plan, or what I call a success roadmap. This isn't your internal sales plan, it's a shared document that outlines every single step, milestone, and who's responsible for what, from right now all the way to the successful launch. This roadmap should include a clear timeline for evaluation, approvals, and legal review, the names of who owns each task and on both your side and their side, the success criteria to any trial period, the key dates for check-ins, and the final decision. This document does two amazing things. First, it makes the whole process feel transparent and manageable, which lowers their anxiety. Second, it creates mutual accountability. When both sides have agreed to a timeline, it's much harder for the deal to just drift. You're no longer asking, what's the next step? You are executing a shared plan together. The simple document can single-handedly eliminate all stalled deal problems. Great, so let's bring all of that together. The Stakeholder Unity Framework is how top performers are turning 6-month cycles into 6 weeks. They're throwing out that old rule of finding a single champion instead. Instead, they identify the entire buying committee, mapping out every single person with a stake in the game. They multi-thread communication from day one, building widespread support and making the deal safer. They build a unified business case, speaking directly to each stakeholder's needs, instead of giving a generic pitch. And finally, they proactively de-risk the decision with tools like a mutual action plan, guiding the customer to a fast and confident yes. Stop being the victim of the never-ending sales cycle. Stop letting your deals die on the vine while you wait for the one person to maybe come through. Take control. When you break this one rule and build a united coalition, you're not just a salesperson anymore. You are the architect of the deal. You set the timeline. Great. Now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest roadblocks you are facing in your sales cycles? Is it getting the whole committee, dealing with legal, or something else? Drop your biggest challenge in the comments below. I'll be reading through it and responding to as many as I can. I'll see you in the next video and keep on scaling.